All right, more on the FBI surveillance powers a little later, but earlier today on Capitol Hill, acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe was asked if his former boss's firing impacted the agency's Russian investigation.
There has been no effort to impede our investigation to date. Quite simply put, sir, you cannot stop the men and women of the FBI from doing the right thing, protecting the American people, and upholding the Constitution.
All right, McCabe also shot down claims that the FBI and the agents there had lost confidence in Comey. Now, meantime, the ranking Democrat on the Intelligence Committee, Dianne Feinstein, she is calling for Attorney General Jeff Sessions and his deputy Rosenstein to recuse themselves from the appointment of a special counsel. Bret Baier joins me. He's Fox News chief political anchor and host of Special Report. Welcome back, Bret.
Hi, Kennedy.
What was some of the biggest takeaway from the McCabe testimony today, particularly some contradictions with the White House?
Right. Well, there was one question in which he was asked about the White House, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who came out and said that the FBI rank and file agents had lost confidence in Jim Comey. McCabe was asked about that, and he said that he had broad support, Comey did, in the FBI rank and file, and then he expressed his own support for Comey in his career. Asked about that at the White House, Sarah Huckabee Sanders said, we just have to beg to differ. I talked to many, she said countless, FBI agents who expressed concerns about Comey. The news, though, today, I think, Kennedy, is the president telling Lester Holt that he made the decision long ago and that he, in fact, asked the FBI Director, Comey, whether he was under investigation. Once at a dinner where Comey was making a case to keep his job, and 2 times on the phone call. Well, that's just interesting. I mean, it contradicts, first of all, the White House initial story, which was a rollout that clearly was bungled. But it also gets to questions about, you know, whether he should have been asking the FBI director that in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they should have, if the FBI director should have engaged him in those conversations, because that's what acting FBI Director McCabe was saying today, that although he couldn't comment on the particulars of the conversation, not being privy to them, he could say that it was not a standard procedure for an FBI director to comment on an investigation with someone who is at the center of that investigation. So now you have 2 parties on Capitol Hill with very different talking points, but you are hearing more rumbling from Republicans that, you know, that we need to get past this story, and how do they intend to do that?
I think they're going to continue to push forward with these investigations. They are not collectively, there are a few Republicans, but mostly against the special prosecutor, in large part because they believe the committees and the FBI can handle it, but also because we've seen special prosecutors start one way and end up someplace totally different, and there's a lot of experience in Washington about that. The other thing that was interesting about McCabe's testimony today was that he was asked repeatedly about this story that Comey had asked for more resources. Yes. For this investigation, the Russia investigation, and he said he didn't believe that to be true, and that they have all the resources they need, and that it is a big operation, a big investigation, and it is being pursued and not held up in any way, shape, or form by the White House or anybody else. Yeah,
and anything you hear about that runs contrary to the talking points that you've been given is slapped with the hashtag fake news.
Amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. You have so many things flying around, and every story is retweeted as like, this is the gospel, and then suddenly hours later you get the actual principal saying, well, that's not the case. Yeah. It's really quite something.
Yeah, so retractions and contractions, it's like giving birth all over again, except I don't get to go home with the baby. Bret Baier, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
See you, Candy.
Thank you.